Hey family, I'm Coach Cass. Welcome to the Hub.
Hi everybody, my name's Caitlin Hodge. I'm from Arlington, Texas, and I practice law.
Welcome. So on today's show, we're going to talk to Caitlin about what's dating been like for her. So Caitlin's in her late 20s. Am I right, Caitlin?
Yes.
Yes, in her late 20s. And so she decided to be vulnerable and be on the show. So wherever you are in the world, send Caitlin some love. Hey, Caitlin. All right, Caitlin, share with us what's been happening, what's been going on. I know that you're doing your thing when it comes to your career. You're in law. Talk to us.
So for me, it's more like what's not happening. I don't know what it is. So where I work is predominantly male.
Mm-hmm.
And male, I mean older white men, typically around the age of like 50s or so, and there aren't that many people who are my age who are single who I contact with on the regular. And so I don't really have that many opportunities to meet people who are, young, single, wanting to date, wanting to actually have something serious. And the people that I have met, because I have tried to do the dating app thing, and those people for me were very creepy.
Not creepy, Caitlin.
They were a little creepy. And if they weren't creepy, they were just trying to get to, the physical and to just have a physical relationship. I think back in my past, I have tried to, I guess, see potential in people and opportunities to waste my time.
Oh boy, potential.
When they're not really trying to have an actual relationship. It's just a situationship.
Yes. We tired of that.
Yeah, I don't want that.
So then tell me, what is your main question here today, Caitlin?
I guess how I could put myself in a better position to find someone who's like-minded.
Okay. So a better way to put yourself in position. So I know for a fact that our listeners they feel you, okay? They're tired of the creepy people, they're tired of the situationships, and they're tired of the old, pale, and stale. Okay, you want something young and fresh, especially post-COVID. It's like our world has changed in terms of dynamics when it comes to dating, right? So how do you really put yourself out there? So I'll share with you that I have a client named Kalita. And Kalita is a single mom with 3 kids, right? And she always had hope when it came to love. And she joined my community. And one of the things that, I encourage her to do, which I will encourage you to do, is that number one, you have to expect love to come to you. Right? Because sometimes when we're going through life and, we get so discouraged, we're like, I just don't know anymore. God, is he coming? Where is he at? So you have to expect love to come to you. Number 2, I want you to start to think about how have you really put yourself out there? Now, when you say you were on the dating apps, how long were you on the dating apps for, Caitlin?
In total, probably like 2 months until I got off.
2 months, 2 whole months, 2 whole months. And when you say you were on the app, were you like on the app, or did you like open it every now and then and see if a cute message came through?
The latter.
Hey, okay, all right. Okay, so Caitlin, I want you to think about when you decided to go to law school, right? You went to law school, yes?
Yes.
Was that a real process for you to decide which school to go to?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Right? Because there's so many. So you did your research to try and figure it out. Then you had to apply, put application fees. You had to get letters of recommendation. Like you had to put some work in just to get into law school, right?
That's right.
Would you say that was more than 2 months, Caitlin?
It was a few months.
It was just a little bit, right? In addition to the 4+ years that you actually went to school, right? So I just want to encourage you to put things into perspective, right? Oftentimes I find is that we get frustrated with love too quickly, right? So it's like, oh man, everybody in here has chest hair and bathroom pics. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And we want to give up before we even give it a chance, right? So when
Right.
you ask about putting yourself out there, I encourage you, right? Because in these post-COVID times, yes, you could meet someone through a mask, but you know, let's say they take their mask down and then they're missing all their front teeth. You know, it's a little
We're good.
you know what I'm saying? And then you try to peep if they got a ring on underneath their gloves, you know, it can
Mhm.
be a lot, right? So when you start to think about meeting someone, there are three ways that you can meet someone. All right. So I want you to pay attention. Three ways. There are three ways you can meet someone. Either in person,
Mhm.
online, or introduction, right? So those are the three ways pretty much. Osmosis is not one of them. So if you've been praying in the back of your house, praying for that man, like osmosis, it don't work, right? If somebody random came through your wall, you'd be kind of scared, right, Caitlin? That'd be a little strange. Okay, all right, just making sure. So online, in person, or introduction. So those are the three ways. So if you're like, Coach Cass, I don't want to do online. So then there's in person, which means you have to get out of your house, which,
Mhm.
you know, people may or may not be out and about when this airs. And then two is thinking about, all right, well, who do I know? Right. So thinking about your married friends and your single friends, like, y'all know me, right? So do you know somebody? Have you tried that, Caitlin? Tell me.
Okay, so that's the problem.
And what?
Most of my friends are single too.
Oh, they single too. It's like the blind leading the blind. Hallelujah.
Mhm.
Okay. They're like, if I knew him, girl, he'd be mine. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay, so introduction. So what does that leave? Online. Oh, snap. I know I said it. I said it, girl. I said it. So if we go back to online, I invite you, right, to think of it like this. Just like you were focused to get your law degree, just like you were like, you know what, this is something I'm gonna do, because people start law school, but not everybody finishes, right?
True.
And then people who finish, not everybody passes the bar, right? Girl.
Mhm.
And then not everybody that passes the bar actually end up working in the field, right? So you have overcome so many things with a laser focus. But with love, right, we're just like, man, it's just not happening, man. You know, and that's pretty much it. Like, I guess it's just not gonna happen then. You know, and then we watch Insecure and Issa Rae and the Hotation and the Entanglements, and then, you know, we watch all this stuff and the hope is lost. So I am
Mhm.
here to encourage you that just like you're laser focused in your career, I need you to get laser focused in your love life, right? So
Right.
what does that look like? In person, online, introduction. So in person is a little tough. Introduction is a little tough. That leaves online. So what I encourage you to do is the site that you were on before, don't go back to that site. Go to a different site. What I find, some people say, well, Coach Cass, which site do you recommend? Listen, I have had clients find the love of their lives, their husbands, on Christian Mingle, Tinder, Hinge, Coffee Meets Bagel, like all the things. So I don't have a special affinity to any, but I realize that sometimes one just doesn't mesh with you, right? So if you're
Right.
like, okay, there's a bunch of weirdos over here, remember, there's a bunch of weirdos in regular life. Right?
Right.
If you walk down the street, girl, right? So some people are like, oh, I can't do online dating. You could still meet somebody crazy in person, right? So to me, this just gives you more options. It's a numbers game, just like law school. It was a numbers game. You had thousands, hundreds of law schools across the country, and then one whittled down its way into your heart, right? Whether it was because of scholarship or because there were cute people there. Whichever reason you chose it, right? So that's the same thing when it comes to love. What is the best numbers game? Because if you say, okay, I'm gonna just meet people in person, okay, you go to the supermarket and you hang out by the apples for a while, but who's coming around? You know, that you just looking, right? So how long you gonna spend in the supermarket breathing all that air? So I just encourage you to
Mhm.
give online dating another chance. So tell me how you feeling. What's coming up for you? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I think the biggest issue for me also is just how taboo it is, you know, and like I try not to have everyone else's opinions of things like alter the way that I think, but it does kind of hinder me sometimes when thinking about like, okay, if someone asks me how did I meet so and so, it's like, oh, I met him on Tinder, you know, and so I think that's something that kind of gives me pause too.
So let me talk to you. Let me talk to you, Caitlin, right? So think about it like this. Is that person paying your bills? That person that's judging you?
I pay my own mortgage. No.
Ooh. Is that person rubbing your feet at night?
No.
Is that person feeding you every day?
No.
Girl. So that person doesn't matter, right? So I appreciate your vulnerability, because I understand that there are many people watching and listening right now that feel exactly the way you do. But I understand this, that I know that one of my clients said that she met her man through a Greek meetup. Like, she didn't want to tell everybody that she met him online. And eventually the truth came out. But at first, you know, they're like, I don't know. But others are like, listen, we met online. So this is just another love story or encouragement to the person who hears your story, right? Because 1 in 4 couples right now who are married met online. 1 in 4. So some people just might be lying to you of how they met. And remember, the majority of your girlfriends are single, so they just want to know how you met so they could get on it too. So I just want to encourage you that sometimes we put too much power in someone else's opinion, right? We put too much power in someone else's opinion, and we allow that to impact our daily decisions when they're not a part of our daily life. Even if we commiserate, talk to them, gossip, chit chat, they're still not a part of our daily life. And if we really want that real man a part of our life, you know, that responsible, excited, available, loving man, that real man that's a part of our life, girl, we're gonna have to just let that sit down. Just let it sit down somewhere. Thoughts?
So how long are we supposed to stay on these apps?
So I have a saying that I tell all of my clients: you continue until you connect.
Okay.
That's it. So when you have that in your mind, it kind of takes the pressure off of a time frame, right? Because sometimes we kind of think, oh, it should happen in like 2 weeks. You know, it should happen in like 2 months. Like, what's the free period? The weekend? It should happen in those 2 days, you know? So we kind of put this box around it. But the crazy thing is that we can't control love, no matter how much we think we can. And that's the issue, right? You can control everything else. You knew exactly how you were going to get your law degree, and then when you had to take the bar by, and if you passed that, you'd be a lawyer by this time, like all the calculations. So love isn't something you could calculate like that. It's fluid. It's fluid. So now when you start to say, okay, let me release the reins and the control, and start to think of, okay, continue until I connect. Okay, I got this. So when you start to think of it like that, then it kind of, how does it make you feel? When you start to think of, all right, I'm going to continue until I connect. Tell me, how does that make you feel?
The planner in me cringes because I like to plan out everything. Just, it's hard for me, I think, to have uncertainty.
Yeah.
Still keep pushing forward for something where I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. So I think that's just for me. I'm like, ooh. So I can't just say by January 2021, I'll be in a relationship.
You could say it, you know, but there's no guarantees, right? So you could put it on a sheet of paper, you know, you could pray about it, you know, January 2021. But at the same time, not giving yourself that pressure if it doesn't happen, that you let disappointment seep in, right? Because sometimes we beat ourselves up. Nobody's calling you. Well, maybe your mama is, but everybody else, right? So
No, it's actually opposite. My mom doesn't put pressure on me.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's not
you're
her.
putting the pressure on yourself.
Oh no, it's the rest of the family.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not her.
just block them.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I can't with family members. Hallelujah. So
It's
it's
like,
really,
how many times do I have to hear, oh, are you in a relationship? Oh, are you just lying? And it's like, no, I'm single. I wish I wasn't, but I'm single.
and those family members, you could say, do you know somebody?
No,
Right?
I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. You're not feeling.
Thank you.
No, okay, all right, I got you. I got that family too. So really and truly, so your main question was, how do you put yourself back out there? I encourage you to get back online and have the mindset of, I will continue until I connect. Is that fair? Was this helpful for you today?
It was.
Thank you for joining me. I so appreciate you. All right. So, family, you know for a fact that Caitlin had some real stuff going on, right? So, if you've ever thought to yourself, I don't know about this online thing, Coach Cass, listen, give love a try, give love a chance. The problem is that we put a box around love and how love should happen. So, my encouragement to you is to give love a try in a way that you haven't tried it before. And if you didn't give it a full try the first time, let's try that thing again. All right. So I hope you learned something from Caitlin today that, listen, we can't give other people our power, and it's time to take your power back. When it comes to love, let's not worry about what other people have to say, because at the end of the day, honey, we want that great honey by our side, rubbing our feet, telling us we're wonderful, and we can't let other people stand in our way. Hope this was helpful for you. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and the Hub News, okay? Oh wait, Caitlin, we gotta tell them, what is your Instagram so they can be in touch with you?
Okay, it is Miss MS period Legally Brown.
Oh, very simple. Miss period Legally Brown, y'all. Okay, so y'all make sure to connect with Caitlin just in case, just in case you really want to connect. She is single and available at the time of this recording, just in case. Okay. I so appreciate you. All right, family. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Coach Cass, and this was another episode of our podcast. Make sure to tune in each and every week to get your fill when it comes to love. Love you guys. Much love. Many blessings. Bye-bye.